Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I wanted to talk about the massive breakout that we saw over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is up over 7%, with many of the altcoins slowly catching up behind it. This is paving the way for new all-time highs to being met as this recent correction is now over. Today, we're going to be diving into the charts, sharing with you guys exactly what I think is coming for Bitcoin, analyzing the bigger pictures for Ethereum, analyzing how the 4-year cycle plays into what we're seeing with Ethereum, and knowing the best time to take profits on these altcoins over the next 3 months. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 20,000 members growing. Links are provided for you in the description for the people that want to join and sign up for my community. On top of that, if you're looking for extra educational content on how to be more profitable inside the markets, links are in the description for you guys to go ahead and download my free ebook and beginner's guide to crypto. So check it out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at Bitcoin. Now, as you guys can see, we had a massive buyback that took place over the last 24 hours. If we drop it to a shorter time frame, you guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about. All of the lows have been successfully retested. We were watching for this previous resistance level to see whether we were going to break below or hold support above, and we have literally bounced off of it, got a double bottom formation, and we have now broke outside of that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback back down to about 45,000, but regardless, I think that this is a confirmed reversal, and we're going to see Bitcoin starting to make its next moves up to higher resistance levels. That's personally what I'm going to be watching out for, because when we zoom in over here, the big thing that you guys need to understand is this was our descending resistance, right? We have now broken from that descending resistance. Not only did we flip this resistance back here and we flipped it as support, now we're getting a breakout off of those lows, and we're also breaking outside of our descending resistance, which shows the reversal of this short-term bearish trend. So we've been on this bearish trend for just a little while, ever since we peaked up here at $53,000, and Bitcoin is now broken outside of that. And so this, guys, is exactly why I've been updating you guys so heavily, saying this is merely an opportunity to get back in the market. Even when we were all the way back down in here, I said that once we actually tag resistance, I thought it would be 48K. We extended up to 53,000. I said, once we do find resistance, we will get a great pullback. When we get that pullback, that is where we want to do our part by leveraging back into new positions, buying altcoins that we had already seen outperform some of the strength inside of our portfolios already. And then we were going to wait until the end of the year as we expect to see that blow off top. And that's what I've been updating you guys with for a little while. One of the other things that we talked about was the Wall Street cheat sheet and the emotional psychology of this entire cycle that we've seen pretty much since October of 2020. So about this entire year for the most part. And if we come over here and take a look at the Wall Street cheat sheet, you guys are going to understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So as you guys know, this is kind of what I've been updating you guys with, and this looks a lot like what Bitcoin is in right now. Now, we already saw the run up. This was 65,000. We saw the crash back down, and this was when Bitcoin was consolidating and then ended up bottoming over here at about $29,000. Now, this most recent run up that we saw, this is the move from 29,000 up to 53,000, and then this little pullback was us retesting these previous resistance levels now as support. It was our first higher high in this new short-term bull trend, right? Even though we've been in a massive bull trend for the last couple years, in the short term, this was our first higher high outside of this little correction that we've seen over the last 6 months. And this is what's known as the disbelief phase. Notice how it says, this is a sucker's rally. And we also get the disbelief phase back here at the beginning of the run. This rally will fail like all others. This is when nobody really expects the market to take off again. Nobody's really watching for that massive run to take place because we've just had a correction. Everybody's just kind of assuming it's bearish. And that's really where, the average thought process and the average person's psychology is really geared towards. And so this most recent move that we saw from 29 to 53 was the disbelief phase, where we have our first run up after a massive correction. We start correcting to retest the previous resistance levels as support. And that's when the average person inside the market literally just thinks that we're going to make a lower high, this is a fake pump, and then we're going to fall to new lows, right? Everybody's kind of watching for the bull market to be over, the new bear market to take foot. And I really just think that those guys are going to be severely left behind when this thing takes off. And we're already seeing the type of buy pressure that can take place once the market's truly bullish. I mean, we saw that already. Remember, guys, back in 2020, and even, back in March of 2020, we saw over here at the very end of the year, Bitcoin went from $10,000 straight to $65,000. This was a massive move, very parabolic, and it caught most people off guard. Most people weren't expecting it to go as parabolic, which is literally what happens every single cycle. It always defies everybody's wildest expectations. It goes higher than you're expecting, and then on the corrections, it goes lower than you're expecting. The market is designed to chop everybody out, and the people that benefit the most are the people long-term holding throughout the trend. Even though it's one of the biggest corrections that we've ever seen inside of a bull market, it doesn't change the fact that where we're at in the bigger picture is still just waiting for that final wave 5, the blow off top of the cycle. This is what I've been updating you guys with. This is what we've been talking about for a while. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back, because you guys are setting yourself up to make an insane amount of profit over the next 3 months. This will be the most profitable point of the cycle. This is where we're going to realize so many massive gains that most of you guys never thought possible. Some of you guys that maybe haven't done so well up to this point, maybe you got in a little bit late and had to hold through this correction, you're going to finally see your portfolios go up significantly, and you're going to get a taste of what crypto bull runs are truly like. And I believe that what we've seen thus far is really just the early stages of that. And a lot of people will sit here and say, oh, you know what, this is a dead cat bounce, we're going to fall to new lows. But these people that say that were also the people that were bearish all the way down here at new lows. When Bitcoin flipped this $10,500 level, they were bearish at support, and then they were pretty much bearish the entire way up, and they can't adjust their bias. And this is what we're going to see oftentimes inside of a market. People that are too emotional, that can't adjust a bias, and they don't understand the big picture, most importantly. This is why I focus on this channel. We see a lot of people with strong opinions that know the very least. And the people that are willing to just simply hold the trend, understand where the time frames are at, understanding that historically Bitcoin is always topped at these same end of the year time frames, we can hold through knowing our trading plan is strong, and we're going to be okay. And based off of this move that we saw at 29,000 up to 53, this is simply a one wave impulse, guys. This entire move up here was simply one wave. And so based off of Fibonacci, our next target we should expect to see from here, which, guys, keep in mind, when I draw a Fibonacci target, chances are it's going to overextend. It usually always does, especially in a blow off top. I mean, they're not always going to be 100% exact. And so just keep in mind what we have to see for this to be confirmed, right? So we have to go to at least this 1618 for the next move to be a finish wave 3, right? Wave 3 can never be smaller than wave 1. So if we saw wave 1 already, right here, this was wave 1, we're going to see a wave 3. And so wave 3 has to go to at least the 1618, because the 1.618 is going to be the same size as wave 1. Now, once again, guys, what do I always talk about? Well, I always bring up the fact that inside of a wave 3 is generally going to be much bigger than wave 1. Sometimes it's double, sometimes it's triple, sometimes it's even greater than that. It really depends. So my guess is we would end up seeing wave 3 take us either somewhere in between the 1.618 to the 2.618, or we could easily see this extend up to the 2.618. I really would not be surprised. Being that this is in the last end of the bull run, this is the blow off top, this is wave 5 of 5, we should expect to see this thing get very parabolic, because that's customary of what we've seen in prior cycles. And so let's say that we hit this 2.618, that's going to be about 100K that we could see just in this next move. We get a little pullback, and then we're still going to see another wave 5. So guys, we're going to see this thing get very, very parabolic here. And I firmly, firmly believe that with my entire essence of being. I can't stress that enough, guys. This is wave 5 of 5. This is where we need to be taking profits, but it's also going to be the most profitable point in that cycle. And we can look back at a number of different cycles of Bitcoin. Let's go back to the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin, and let's just go analyze what some of the last wave 5s looked like and what the Fibonacci targets would have been. So when we come over here and analyze wave 1 structure, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? A, B, C back down. So this move was wave 1. And then we get another 3 impulse waves for wave 3, and that starts right here at 750 up to 1300. This was wave 1 of 3. And so if we come over here and we draw our Fibonacci targets, let's see what the projections would have been right here. So basically, inside of that last Bitcoin cycle, we needed to see it go to at least the 1.618 inside of that wave 3. It had to go to at least right here. Well, where did wave 3 end? Well, it ended all the way up here, and it actually went and surpassed all Fibonacci targets by just a slight bit, right? We wicked above this 4.236. And so this shows that inside of a parabolic rally, you're going to see these markets overextend Fibonacci. And that's why I don't like to invest based off of Fibonacci. I mean, in the dips, it's great. But when it comes to extension tools, the markets go parabolic. You're better off just holding the trend, basing it off time frames, because we literally have no idea how much it's going to overextend. There's no sense in basing everything off of a Fibonacci target when chances are, I mean, if you look throughout the history of crypto, they oftentimes far surpass Fibonacci. And so I want to hold the length of the trend. I don't want to get out too early because most people end up doing that. And so we saw that in wave 3, it went from 750 all the way up here to 5,000, right? And then back down to 3,000. And then that was our wave 3. Wave 3 extended all of these Fibonacci targets. And so let's go see how this applies to our wave 3 to wave 5. Inside of wave 5, it doesn't have to be the same size as wave 3. Chances are it's going to be anywhere from the same size as wave 1. And wave 5 is kind of a, you know, it's got a lot of variables. With wave 5, sometimes it can be short, way shorter than wave 3. It can be as short as wave 1. Sometimes it can be bigger than wave 3. Sometimes it can be bigger than wave 1 and 3 combined. Wave 5 is kind of, you know, unknown what is going to happen, but I will say inside of parabolic markets like crypto, wave 5 oftentimes overextends. And so let's look and see what happened inside of our wave 3 to wave 5, and let's see what the targets were. So we go from $750 to $5,000 back down to 3,000. So this, to be the same size as wave 3, it would have had to hit the 1.618. Well, where did it go? All the way up here, almost to the 4.236. So this one also almost overextended all of our Fibonacci targets, and that was simply wave 5. Wave 5, like I said, it can really vary as far as how big it's going to be. But what I can say is generally wave 5 is going to be very massive based off of, you know, the market being in full euphoria, how many altcoins are going to be blowing up, NFTs, all of that stuff is going to really take off. And so it's going to be highly profitable. Whether it's the same size as wave 3, whether it's bigger than wave 3, it doesn't matter. Wave 5 was actually way bigger than wave 3. And so this is kind of the way that the 2017 cycle played in. So let's go compare it to what we saw here. Or if I should say, if we compare wave 3 to wave 5, we can see that wave 5 once again went all the way up here to the 4.236. So wave 5 is oftentimes going to be massive, guys, and I think that this is pretty easy to tell. Wave 1, you know, it's going to be the shortest. It's going to start the uptrend. And so in this next cycle that we're in currently, let's go see how our Fibonacci lines up and what it's showing to us. So let's start with wave 1, because we know that this was wave 1 from 32 to 14 back down to 38. Wave 3 would have had to go to at least the 1.618 for it to be the same size as wave 1. Well, where did we go? Well, we far surpassed all of our Fibonacci targets. Once again, this is why I think that Fibonacci is a good resource, but it's not something you should base your entire plan on, because we overextended this entire thing. The 2.618, you know, would have been double the size of wave 1, and we far surpassed that one still. And so now we're gearing up for the final wave 5. Based off the last 2 cycles, we've seen this wave 5 take us all the way up to the very top of these Fibonacci targets, which, if that is what takes place once again, you're looking at anywhere from about 250K Bitcoin all the way up to $300,000 Bitcoin. I've had this target at $250,000 Bitcoin for a long time. And if we start seeing some massive impulses, like I was talking about here, where this is wave 1 and then we see a big wave 3, you know, I really don't think it's going to be very hard to believe in seeing some of those massive targets. And so, I mean, when we come out here and we actually fractal out the Fibonacci targets from this first impulse, it really looks tiny compared to what is taking place on the bigger picture. To see this next wave 5 extend into these massive fib targets from the 2.618 to the 3.618 to the 4.236 in this final blow off top, we're going to expect to see Bitcoin go on a massive tear. And this is why I've said, guys, the most amount of profit happens at the end of the year. We're going to expect to see some crazy stuff taking place at the end of this cycle. And I believe that this next blow off top is going to be insane, guys. If Bitcoin's going to hit 250K like my target, we're going to see it go so vertical, it will completely melt your mind. And I'm dead serious when I say that. Every single cycle up to this point has done this. If we compare wave 3, Once again, just to quickly refresh your guys' mind, if we compare the targets from wave 3 to wave 5, wave 5 went all the way up here to, in between the 3618 and the 4236. If we compare it to what we saw in 2013, wave 5 went up to almost the same place. This one went all the way up to the 4236. And so wave 5 historically has topped between the 3618 and the 4236. This has happened in each and every cycle. Not only that, but it tops at the same 4-year intervals every single time. So there's 2 different forms of analysis that we can go off of thus far based off of the cycles that show the wave 5 is going to be massive, and it's going to extend to the end of our fib targets, right? If this takes place once again inside of this cycle, we're going to expect to see Bitcoin somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000 per Bitcoin. I do not think that this is unrealistic. I've seen what these Bitcoin cycles can do, and I've had the 250K target for Bitcoin for a very, very long period of time, guys. I firmly believe we're going to see the most magnificent end of the year blow off top the world has ever seen. Bigger than the last ones because there's more money in it. There's more euphoria. NFTs are going to go nuts. All of your altcoins are going to go nuts. You could have literally bought the top on each and every one of these. And if you simply just hold through this 5 wave, you're going to set yourself up regardless. And so guys, be prepared for this. I'm telling you right now, this is going to change lives. I've changed my life and I look forward to this blow off top because really I want FU money. That's what I want. Not that I hate you guys or I'm directing that towards you guys. I'm just saying I want FU money to where I can do anything I want in the world. I can leave. I can be free. I mean, as free as one can be. Money doesn't ultimately buy everything for you. You can do a lot with it. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you're not healthy, you don't have your family, you don't have your good friends, none of that even matters. You could be as rich as you want and you're still just going to be depressed. But this is the time where we're going to make that FU money, where nobody's going to really be able to tell us anything. We're going to be able to retire. We're going to be able to go vacation. We're going to be able to do anything that we want. And that was why I made this channel. I wanted you guys to be able to do the same thing for yourself. And I'm telling you, hold throughout this period of time because it's going to get so crazy parabolic that you're going to really just be pissed off at yourself if you sell too early. I'm telling you right now, ignore the FUD, ignore everybody else, because at this exact same moment of time in every cycle, dating all the way back to 2013, look, this was the beginning of the blow off top. What is the date? Well, 28 September, it began, right around the first week of October is when that blow off top took place. What about 2017? When did the blow off top take place? Well, we bought it about the 13th of December, and we really started taking off at about the first week of October. And then we ended at the end of the year. Guys, where are we at today? Do you need a refreshment? We're right here at the end of September, and we're at the first week of October. Historically, this is right when the blow-off top takes place. It's happened every single cycle up to this point, and so you need to quit doubting it. You need to quit listening to these people that don't know how to invest. They don't understand the big picture. We're going to get rich, and I want you guys to make sure you're holding through that. I can't stress that enough. This channel is dedicated to seeing you guys make profit. I knew I was going to be rich. I knew I was going to make financial fortune and abundance for myself. I've known that for a long time. I've been in crypto since 2016. I've had a lot of head start. I wanted to see you guys do the same thing, and you're not going to do that if you're not willing to hold. Now, let's actually talk about Ethereum real quick because I kind of rambled a lot on Bitcoin, and let's just kind of see what we think that maybe could happen for Ethereum. Now, guys, we finished wave 1. We finished wave 3. Based off of these targets, we should expect to see something similar, but with Ethereum, it's a little bit more uncertain because there's not as much price history to go off of, right? So let's drop it to a regular time scale. You guys know my target's 20K. I've had that target since Ethereum was less than 200 bucks. Been sticking to that target, and I'm going to continue to do so. And so let's see where our fib targets really take us for ETH coming up here. Well, if wave 5 is the same size as wave 3, we will expect to see an $8,500 Ethereum. If wave 5 hits the 2618, we would expect to see a $13,000 Ethereum. And if wave 5 extends up to the 3618 to the 4236, just like Bitcoin has every single time, we will see Bitcoin or Ethereum between $17,000 and $20,000 per. I really think that this is what's gearing up for us, guys. If Bitcoin goes from where we're at today, sub $50,000 all the way up to $250,000, Ethereum's going to go from $3,200 to $20K. I'm really confident in saying that. And it's just the Fibonacci, right? It's not going to be the perfect thing to go off of. Once again, we're going to be basing off of the time frames. End of the year, we're going to be looking to take heavy amounts of profit. If the market isn't parabolic by the end of the year and it's kind of just farting around, then maybe we will look to hold a portion of our portfolio longer term. If I do that, I will update you guys, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to update you guys with everything along the way. But guys, I'm telling you, wave 5, the most parabolic point in the cycle, euphoria, blow off top. I've been stressing it for a long time. Keep in mind right here, this is the blow off top where it just goes vertical. We've seen this happen every single cycle. There's no reason to doubt it at this point, especially a parabolic cycle as important as the one right now. We have institutions invested. We have a trove of retail investors that are going to be flooding in, because who needs exit liquidity? The institutions that bought the bottom. They need exit liquidity. The only way that they're getting exit liquidity is to shill it on the news, shill it to social media, get all of these people that don't know what they're doing to jump in at the same time, and we're going to see this massive move coming, right? So I wanted to give you guys this video just simply to kind of summarize some thoughts. Wanted to apply Fibonacci, which I don't normally talk about, but I mainly wanted to share with you guys how it applies with Bitcoin. You know, each cycle we've seen roughly the same pattern, where the blow off top begins the first week of October, and then it takes us all the way to the end of the year. Every single time we've had one of those blow off tops, it extends to our outermost Fibonacci extension targets at the end of the year, right? Same thing happened in 2013, same thing happened in 2017. We went from the first week of October all the way to the end of the year blow off top. It extended between the 3618 and the 236. Guys, I am firmly believing that this is going to be the same thing again. I mean, Bitcoin works like clockwork. It's programmed with the 4-year halvings that take place. It's programmed to follow the 4-year cycle. The 4-year cycle takes us at the end of the year, where if we follow the last 2 cycles that we've seen up to this point, the 3618 to the 4236, which is going to be 350 to 300 or 250 to $300,000. I want you guys to get rich. Keep focusing on the big picture. Hold throughout this period. The chop's been brutal, but I'm telling you, where we're gearing up for is going to be so life-changing that you literally won't have to worry about a damn thing in your life ever again. And that's what I want to see of you guys. I want to see you make the most money. And the way you're going to do that is to hold to the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. Join my Discord server. Links are in the description. Download my free ebook. Links are in the description for that. If you guys want to join my Discord community, follow the trades that I'm taking over the next 4 months. They're going to be highly profitable. They already have been. There's a lot of cool ones that I just released under the Solana ecosystem. If you guys want to get in there, know exactly what I'm doing with my funds, how I'm taking profits at the end of the year, where I'm diversifying those profits at the end of the year, links are in the description. Go ahead and do so. There's a limited amount of time before I'm going to close off that discount. It's over 50% off right now for my video course, signals, and beginner course. Get in there, guys, because I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I want to see you guys in there doing it along the same time I am. Thank you all so much for watching. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.